All right. All right, my good people. So in this video lecture or in this lecture, if you're here, we're going to be talking about possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns, as well as adding the S, right? The apostrophe and S. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. All right, or I hope. So we have personal pronouns, and again, these are just a review: I, you, we, they, he, she, and it. You know this, okay? You've seen this. Possessive adjectives are my, your, our, their, his, her, and its, okay? They show that something belongs to that person, okay? And we use nouns with possessive adjectives, okay? So they describe what the noun is or who the noun is for. That's why they are called possessive adjectives, all right? So my dog describes that the adjective is used to describe the dog. And that tells me more information about the dogs. So the dog is the noun, and my is showing me that this dog belongs to me. Okay, so adjectives, what they do is they give us more information about the noun so that we know it more, right? So when I say the boy is running, that gives me some information that it's a boy. But what if I say the tall boy is running? Now I know a little bit more about the boy. Now, if you're in class and you're with me and you have questions, please let me know, okay? So can someone in class give me an example with your as a possessive adjective? What do we think? Can you give me a sentence that starts with your?
Your car is blue.
Your car is blue. So it's showing us, the your is showing us that this car belongs to you, right? And it's describing it, okay? So we use possessive adjectives with nouns. Any questions on that? Okay, and to review, nouns are names of people, of places, and of things, okay? Your book, our Statue of Liberty, it's for all American, right? So it's our Statue of Liberty. It's backpack, okay? So I'm sorry, not it's backpack. Well, yeah, I guess if we're talking about a dog and the dog has a backpack, then it's backpack, okay? Exactly. It hangs out on his back. I don't know. And like it's leash. Right? If we're talking about the dog has a leash, it would be its leash. All right. So now there are two things that we have. We have possessive adjectives. And as we said before, adjectives describe the noun, right? So they give us more information about the noun, answering the question, what kind, right? What kind of dog? Well, my dog, right? So that's what possessive adjectives do. They show us they give a description by indicating who that dog is for, right? So there's also something else that we use, and that's called a possessive pronoun. And a possessive pronoun, what it does is it shows that it replaces the noun, okay? So for example, we can say that bottle is mine. So instead of saying my bottle and describing the bottle, we're saying the bottle is for me. So the bottle is mine, okay? So we replace the my, your, our, their, and his, hers, her with mine, yours, ours, my, yeah. Yours, ours, theirs, his, and hers, okay? So essentially what you do is instead of saying this is for me or this is for her, you say this is hers. So instead of writing for her, you say hers. Instead of writing for me, you say mine. Instead of saying for you, you say yours. Instead of saying for us, you say ours. Okay? Instead of saying for them, you say theirs. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. So we do not use nouns with possessive pronouns. Okay? So if you are saying my dog, you use the noun, which is dog. If you are saying the dog is mine, you don't put dog after mine. All right? Does that make sense? So no noun if it's a possessive pronoun, yes noun if there is a possessive adjective. Okay? And a possessive pronoun shows that this is for that person. A possessive adjective shows that describes the noun. Okay? By giving it a possession, by showing who it's for. So the more information that we have with the adjective is that we know who it belongs to. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe? Ask me questions if you guys have any, please. And if you're watching and you have questions, make sure to type them as well. Okay, so an example, this is my balloon. Okay, balloon is a noun. When we have a possessive adjective, always has a noun. This is my balloon. But if we're saying using a possessive pronoun, we don't have a noun. So it would be, it is mine, right? It is mine. So no adjective, so no noun, because a possessive pronoun, just like I, you, he, she, and it, they, and whatever, they take away the noun. In this case, because they're pronouns, in this case, the possessive pronoun also replaces the noun. Okay? This is our TV. It's ours. Cool? Any questions? So again, our TV, you see that the adjective is there. Ours, no adjective. By the way, this slide, I didn't make it. It comes from ESLcollectives.com, which I will put in the link below. We use questions, words like whose, to ask about possession. Okay, so if you are asking a question about who this belongs to, you can say whose. Whose house is this? This is her house, or you can say it's hers.
House.
Yeah, well, for the first one, yes. So if we're saying this is her house, we use the noun, right? Because her is a possessive adjective. It's hers, no noun. Yeah? So let's try this one. Whose class is this? This is our class and it's ours. Our, the first one, is that a possessive pronoun or a possessive adjective?
Possessive adjective.
Possessive adjective. Can anyone tell me why? What do you see in the first sentence that is not there in the second sentence?
The noun.
The noun, right? The noun, class. Okay, in the first sentence, sorry, sorry, this is our class. There is a noun. Can anyone tell me what the noun is? And exactly, class. Class is our noun, right? It's a name of a place, right? Remember that a noun is the name of a person, a place, or a thing. In that sentence, the only noun we have is with our possessive adjective. And our possessive adjective always has a noun after it. Okay? And typically, or you can tell the difference is that most of the time, possessive adjectives don't have an S at the end. Possessive pronouns do. Okay? It's ours. Ours, is that a possessive adjective or a possessive pronoun?
Possessive pronoun.
Possessive pronoun. Why is that? Can anybody tell me? Anyone? Okay, so it's there. It's possessive pronoun because it replaces class. Okay? And whose cat is this? It's Mary's cat. It's hers. Okay? So we see something a little bit different in this one, and that is the apostrophe S. The apostrophe S shows possession. It shows that this belongs to someone. So it shows that the noun belongs to this person, right? So the producer's job, all right? So apostrophe S for the producer, because we're talking about the job, but we're talking about whose job? Well, the producers. What is it?
The job is the producers.
Exactly, the job is the producers. So the girl's hair, whose hair is it?
The girl.
The girl. Jane's hand, whose hand is it? Jane. The bag's color, whose color is it? The bag. Okay, so when you see it in singular form, you see an apostrophe S, it's almost as if it is a possessive adjective, right? It's describing the kind of job, the kind of hair, the kind of hand, the kind of color. All right. So the apostrophe S shows possession. It shows it's for something. If the word is singular, you put an apostrophe after the word and then you put the S. Okay? If it is singular, you put an apostrophe after the word and then the S. If it's plural, what's the question?
Okay, está como abreviación.
Yes, exactly. It's an abbreviation. It's almost an abbreviation. Because remember, we said that almost any time, well, actually that won't work. So the S is almost like an abbreviation, but it shows possession, okay? So if the word is plural, well, if it's a noun that is plural, we know that in English, it already has an S, right? Books, computers, phones, bottles, all of these words, when they are plural, they have an S in them anyway. So what do? Do you add an apostrophe S to the S? No, right? Because it's already there. That's too many S's. Okay? So instead, you put an apostrophe after the S. Yeah? So if it's singular, you add an apostrophe and you add an S. If it's plural, you just add an apostrophe. Okay? So it's more than one person or thing. The actor's coffee break means that there's a lot of actors. Okay? The computer's price means that there's a lot of computers. The shoes' heels means that there's a lot of shoes. The notice board's color means that there's a lot of notice boards. Yeah? Questions? Questions online? No? Okay. Let's continue. Again, some things are irregular, like they are not, you can't make them plural the same way, like people, like children, like women, like men, like mice. These, you treat them like the singular version, okay? So the people's pockets, the children's toys, the women's bags, okay? Even though women is plural of woman, it doesn't have an S. So if the word in plural does not have an S, then it takes an apostrophe S. Cool? Questions, doubts, thoughts, problems? Okay, no. Cool. All right, so let's try this exercise. Fill in the blanks using possessive pronouns. It isn't his coffee, it's her coffee. The coffee isn't his, it's hers. So we're going to take the possessive adjective and we are going to put it in a possessive pronoun. Okay, so we're going to take a couple of minutes to do that. If you are watching the video, you can pause the video and then we'll be back and come back in a couple of minutes when you are done. Okay, so this isn't your map, it's my map. Your map is our possessive adjective because it has an adverb, right? I'm sorry, because it has a noun. So possessive adjective because it has a noun. And a pronoun, it always replaces the noun, right? So possessive pronoun is the type of pronoun, okay? So the map isn't yours, it's it's mine, sorry, this one says mine. It's mine, okay? So the map isn't yours, it's mine. We replaced your map, which is both a possessive adjective and then a noun, with yours. These aren't our coffees, they're their coffees. So these coffees aren't ours, they're theirs. That is our answer. Okay, this isn't her camera. It's his camera. What can we say? What can we replace her camera with? The camera isn't hers. It's what can I replace his camera with? It's his. Number 4 says, they aren't your sandwiches. They are our sandwiches. The sandwich aren't. So it's your sandwiches. What can I replace it with?
It's my son. No.
So let's look at the sandwich. Okay, let's look at what it says. They aren't your sandwiches. Yours, right? We're replacing the first one. You're right. The second one is ours. That's correct. So they aren't your sandwiches. Your sandwiches is our possessive adjective plus the noun, right? So if we were to replace it, we have to replace it with a pronoun, and that pronoun would be yours. Okay, so the equivalent of your is yours. They are our sandwiches, which means they are ours, as you said earlier. All right, so that is it for this video. If you're watching online, if you're here, hang on a second and I'll talk to you. And we will be together in another video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so yet and you're watching the videos, because there will be more videos coming along.